Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cris Tales. I was planning to go to the city and buy some new stuff for our newest member, but apparently the game doesn't want me to.
Isn't Rojo waiting for us in the cathedral? We shouldn't keep him waiting.
So I'm guessing we gotta get that out of the way first. And this is one thing I have noticed on this area, is that you're not so free as in the previous two. Like, you cannot go to town whenever you want, you cannot go into the dungeon when you found it. So yeah, I wonder what the reason behind it is. It's probably the mine. I can understand if the enemies are too hard when you just come in here. So the game wants you to progress a certain way, a certain level, so you're ready for it. But why can't I go to town to buy some equipment for a dear old speedster? Ooh.
Monsters! What are they doing here?
I guess they found out I was trying to repair the cathedral.
They must have found their way here from deeper in the mines.
This will serve as a good opportunity for me to demonstrate my capabilities.
Ah, so now we get a full explanation of what he actually does. Well, I have grinded a little bit between the episodes and I think I figured out most of it.
My style of combat is different than that of a typical human. My body is constantly being supplied with crystal energy, so I do not use mana. I have great speed and stamina, allowing me to strike many times whenever I attack an enemy. However, whenever I attack or use a skill, my heat level rises. As it rises, I become stronger, but there is also a risk of overheating my systems.
Yes, and when I noticed, if he overheats, he explodes and he gets damaged. So, a perfect combination I found for him was giving him equipment and accessories that restore his HP per turn or per strike. Making sure that if he overheats and he explodes, within 2 turns he's back to full health. Making that equipment also very viable for any other party member, of course.
Let us proceed to a demonstration. Press the button each time I begin to glow to trigger additional attacks.
Alright, let's try it.
You did well. Whenever I attack or use a skill, my heat level rises. As it rises, I become stronger, but I run the risk of overheating myself. I also possess the ability to change the positions of enemies. By using my juggle skill, I can move this enemy to the other side of the battle.
Which is really nice if you want to use group attacks. Taking out an entire group at once.
Now, let me demonstrate my impact strikes. For this attack, press the button repeatedly. Try to keep the indicator in the yellow area for maximum damage.
Ooh, I haven't used this one yet. Oh, that's actually really cool. Should turn my vibration off if I'm gonna use this skill.
Now, let us finish disposing of these errant monsters.
Yeah, let's. They're too weak for us. Alright, let's see if everything is okay in the cathedral, if they haven't broken the glass even further. It still looks okay.
Hello, Mr. Rojo. We brought the mineral water.
Well, I see you're as good as your word. It's nice to see that someone around here is.
Damn, that's a pretty harsh burn, Rojo.
How long do you think the repairs will take?
I don't imagine it should be too long. Just hold on tight. And there we have it. Good as new.
This is impressive handiwork.
It worked! The mural is fixed!
Crisbell, why don't don't you try approaching the altar now?
Let's first talk to the other two.
I hate that Risa. She barely even goes to mass, but was still always Mom's favorite.
You are as effective as usual, Master Willhelm.
It's working!
So are we gonna get an upgrade again?
That leaves just 2 more cathedrals to visit. One in Cinder and one in Crystallis. Although, I think we still have a little bit of unfinished business here.
Yes, Willem, the mines. We still have side quests there.
Uncle Willhelm, there you are.
Oh, hi, Risa. What are you doing here?
She just said she was looking for me. What is it, Risa? Is everything okay?
Not exactly. The memorial service for Mom is about to start. But I'm worried that our dear Auntie Rawlis is going to try something. Lucio and I haven't found any concrete evidence to use against her yet. But after what we all saw in the museum, I just know she had something to do with Mom's death.
I see. Crisbell, I knew Gladys for a long time. She was more than just a close friend. She was like a sister to me. I'd really like to attend this memorial service. And maybe we can help straighten out whatever's going on with them.
Say no more, Maestro. We understand. And Risa, of course we'll help. Great. The memorial service is being held at the Orowitz Mansion on the north side of town. I'll see you all there.
I know where that is. Well, at least we're allowed back into town now if we wanted to. But first, we haven't got any hints on that our powers have increased, just that we activated the cathedral. No, well, sure, that's gonna be fine. But let's check up on the mine.
Hold on, Crisbell. We have important matters in the cathedral.
Okay. Did I forget something?
I'll see you all there.
I told you, there's nothing that I can't repair.
I hate that Risa.
You are as effective.
This sensation. I felt it in the other cathedrals before.
Okay, so I'm guessing that text is a leftover result of us getting here. Still doing the same now I've talked to everybody again?
Hold on, Crisbell.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're still blocked off. Like I said, very weird, because I do feel like we already have the skill to remove the salt pillar in front of the entrance. But yeah, like I said, we now can at least upgrade the equipment a bit. Not that I expect to be any fighting at a memorial service, at least I don't hope so.
I recognize some of these things. Normally when I pass by a city, all the people and things have disappeared into the flow of time.
Maybe this is a strange question, Mr. K, but does that mean you don't have any friends?
I have had many friends, but it is not the same with me as it is with you. Once I really know a person, that is enough for me. Then I move on. I don't feel that way. After all, humans have such short lives that there are always new people to know.
That really does sound really sad. That by the time he gets to know somebody, they pass on, or he goes along to the next one. Alright. See if the people have something. Ooh, that's a side quest. Or still one thing that's Shawl that I don't have.
Another Sindarian. In Tulira?
What? Sorry, I was just...
Slow down. Take a breath. Or pass out, I suppose.
I'm so sorry. I was just...
Looking at Joseph?
What? No! Is it that obvious?
Only for those with eyes. You've clearly been staring at him.
Ignore him. So, you're in love with Joseph, is it?
Shh! He might hear us.
Doubtful. He appears to be as focused on himself as you are on him.
No! That's not how Joseph is! At least, he didn't used to be.
What do you mean?
We were very close when we were little. He was actually the only one who treated me nicely when I got here. I just don't know what's happened. Do you think you could speak with him?
Well, if you're in love with him, wouldn't it be smarter if you talk to him? Get him to know you? Maybe show some interest?
Well, he was my student. I suppose I can talk to him. But that's not the Joseph I remember.
I know he's changed, but deep down, he's got to be the same person. It's just that ever since his mother died, It's all that Oroitz's woman's fault. She even stole my mirror.
Gladys?
No! Miss Gladys was so supportive of him. Of us. I mean, Rawless.
Yeah, they really are setting up Rawless as the big bad in this city. It's so clear. Stealing stuff she doesn't appear to need. Getting rid of family members. Yeah, really evil. I even doubt she's actually related.
I see.
Fear not! What nobler cause could there be than true love? We'll help you. It's our sacred duty.
Sacred duty? Humoring a lovesick girl whose notable skills include staring at people for an uncomfortably long time and misplacing mirrors? Stop. Things never get better when you speak. I'll go talk to Joseph. It's been a long time, Joseph.
Master Willhelm, you're back? Are you tutoring anyone else? Risa could certainly use some help. She's been worthless since Mother died.
Huh. Has she also forgotten her manners? Or is that just you?
Whatever. What do you want?
From you? It appears you have nothing of any worth to give. Unfortunate.
Then go away, fool. Who asked you to come back anyway?
I can't.
Stop, boy. Words won't work. However, there might be something we can find to help change his attitude.
Let me guess. The mirror?
But where do we start?
Saul said Joseph hasn't always been this way. Especially not with her. Perhaps we should see for ourselves. Matias?
An excellent idea. To the past I go.
Alright, let's check it out.
Joseph, stop that! Why are you treating Saul that way? That's not like you.
But Mother! She's a Centurion! The twins were mocking me for being friends with her!
So?
It doesn't matter where she's from. You know that. And since when do you pay attention to what they think anyway? Ignore all of that. Do you like this girl?
I do. A lot.
Then stop being such a ridiculous brat and go to her. Here, give her this.
A mirror?
Ah, so maybe getting the mirror back and showing it to Joseph will remember how he was. Maybe remember his feeling for Saul as well.
A very special mirror. If you focus, it can show you a vision of the future.
It's not working. Wait. I see. We look happy together. Very happy.
You see? Now, if you're quite done being so profoundly foolish, I suggest you go find that girl.
Very clearly.
I really like her.
Alright, let's go back.
He used to be a nice kid.
So it seems. Still, something is missing. And where's that mirror? I want to have a look at it.
That must be the mirror Soul said Rallis took. I think it's the mirror we found.
Interesting. From what we've heard, the mirror was imbued with powerful magic. In its current state, though, it's worthless. It needs to be repaired.
I think we know a person who can repair stuff. Rojo.
We could ask Rojo.
No good. He's got his hands full repairing the mural.
It's already repaired, Willhelm.
Then what about his son? Rohizo, I think it was?
Crisbell's right. Maybe we should try talking to him.
Then let us speak with Rohizo.
Damn, sounds a bit like chorizo, but that might even work. Even though it's really weird, because clearly the mural has been finished. It's like this side quest was supposed to be done before we went there with the dust, but we couldn't get into town to do it. Yeah, very weird.
Oh, you're the outsiders that Dad gave the tools. What can I do for you?
Hello, Rohizo. We were wondering if you could help us fix this mirror.
I'm not as skilled as Dad, but I'm pretty good with glass. Let me take a look. Interesting. It's not like anything I've ever seen, but it's familiar. I think I've read about this in a book before. Is this a magic mirror?
Correct. You're well versed in Tuliran artifacts. Do you think you can repair it?
I have most everything here, but I remember thinking you would need something peculiar to create a mirror like this. So, to fix it, you'd need that too. What was it?
More water from Rainbow Lake?
I suspect you're thinking of rainbow water.
Exactly.
Rainbow water? Yes, exactly. I had forgotten.
Wonderful. What you have forgotten is only the single most important component. This does not bode well. However, let me give you some insight.
Oh no. Here's worry.
Agua Prisma, or rainbow water, is a crucial component in the creation and repair of certain objects imbued with time magic. Because the rainbow water itself is infused with the magic of the mineral pools, it is uniquely suited to contain the powerful time energies required.
Oh, interesting. So, can you get some of that stuff?
Don't we have some left from what we gave Rojo?
Indeed. We already gave your father the samples he required. Getting more will be no trouble.
Great! I'll get everything ready, and we can start when you bring back the sample. Don't worry, your mirror is in good hands.
Okay, I'm guessing we're going to Rainbow Lake to get that, but I see a side quest up there as well, so let's talk to the person 2. And of course, upgrading our equipment.
Hello, travelers. I'm here to offer you an assortment of wonderful weapons. Meow.
Thank you. Alright. Yeah, I really think we need an iron gauntlet. Because it should be... Why do I suddenly have 5? Did I accidentally buy 2? Because it was 3 before I bought it. Oh, I really need to be careful with that. Sapphire ring. Be careful. Sapphire necklace. So let's give him all the sapphire stuff. And I think I already gave him light armor. Oh no, I gave it to Christopher and Crisbell. Okay. And again, it says 4 instead of 3. That's weird. Could be me though, but yeah. Alright, let's check it out. Next time we shouldn't just not equip it and do it ourselves. It says 0. I think the game is a bit glitched on that one. Yes. Let's use it. No, I think the Ember Ring is more important because it has a dedicated 5% HP each turn no matter what he does. And whenever he uses one of his magic attacks, like the lightning one, he recovers even more, which will stimulate us to use that as well. Like I said, it's mainly trying to focus him on recovering HP after he overheats himself.
Hello, travelers. I'm here to offer you an assortment of wonderful weapons.
And I still want to check how expensive this one is. I think this one reduces the target's defense 15,000. We have the cash, but I think I'd rather enhance his weapon first.
Hello,
before giving it a keychain. From damage power fist to normal power fist, and does attack and defense. So that's two really good stats. Fortified power fist, yes. Impact gauntlets. And 17,000. Okay, so we need 10,000 for this and 15,000 for the keychain. That's actually not that bad. But this will definitely help already, because we already increased our powers with 18 attack and 18 defense, so that will already make him a lot more useful. And this one with the additional 6 speed will make him like top tier, so yeah. Alright, let's talk to the other side quest.
Is there something bothering you?
What? Oh, please, don't bother me. I'm working on something extremely important.
It better be pretty important if you're gonna talk to my friend like that.
Sweetheart, what I'm doing will change the future of Neva Tulira forever.
That does sound important, I guess.
It is, darling. If you insist, I'll tell you about it. I'm going to change how our floats are designed for our annual celebration of the war.
That is literally the least important thing you could have named. I'm not being hyperbolic. There are no less important things than that. None. I almost respect that.
I know! Isn't it amazing? This will be life-changing for everyone in the city. Even better! Since I know I've made such an impression on all you kids, why don't you help me shape that future?
Can we choose what floats you're gonna use?
Why? Because doing anything else is empirically more important.
Then you'll do it? Splendid! I asked for ribbons from all over town, but not everyone has given me their contribution yet. If you could all just scoot around to Lyra and grab those for me?
So basically talk to everyone, yes.
But we...
Time is wasting. Go on, shoot!
But...
Stop. Don't bother, Crisbell. We've been outmaneuvered. Somehow.
Well, outmaneuvered is a big word, he just didn't went against it.
Let's just get her ribbons and be done with this.
That sounds magnificent! Let's see! The store owner promised me a ribbon. So did some of the university students. Brandon has the last one. He's by the Central Monument. I'm sure it won't be any trouble for you strapping young heroes. There's even a reward in it for you. Now, scoot!
Alright, we're gonna get it, no problem. It's just 3 ribbons, how hard's gonna be?
Hello, travelers. I'm...
Hello, Elizabeth. Do you have any decorations for a parade card? Miss Drina said you had a ribbon for her.
Oh, the decoration Miss Drina asked for, meow? You're collecting ribbons for her?
You could say that.
Oh, then here you go, meow.
Perfect. I was almost afraid that we had to do something else to get those ribbons. Like a side quest within a side quest within a side quest.
Lady Gladys was always a philanthropist. Half the things in the museum were donated by her.
Okay, well this is Central Square. Maybe they're talking a bit more central up here. I thought there was a person here as well. He must have gone away since we were done with the museum. So where are you, Brandon? Let's hope he isn't at the memorial services.
She was a good person. She even liked natural magic.
It doesn't look like anyone's here. Could it be the other kids that were in front of it? Oh, it's in the past. Oh, can we talk to her if we go to the past? No. That would be too easy, wouldn't it?
Hey kids! Can you help me out?
Excuse you?
I've been looking for a ribbon. A pretty ribbon. Something really fancy. I mean, it has to be fabulous, you know?
You amaze me. I mean that.
What he was trying to say is, we're helping Drina decorate her float. She said you promised her a ribbon?
Oh, we completely forgot about that. I'm sorry. Could you please hand this to Miss Drina for us?
Thank you.
Yeah, Christopher, that was not a very right way to do that. It could have gone a lot easier. Okay, let's see if we can find Brandon. It should be somewhere. Say Central Square, but he clearly isn't here.
It's going to be just perfect.
Don't bother. She won't even listen until we have those ribbons.
Well, there is one person standing out in front. I doubt that Joseph... Is this him?
Hello?
This is nowhere near the Central Square. But okay, we found him.
Excuse me, mister. Are you the one that was supposed to give Miss Drina a ribbon for her float?
What? Oh, sorry. Yes, I was supposed to give it to her. Guess I dozed off here instead. Here, you give it to her. It was already enough trouble making the damn thing.
Ooh, and he made a beautiful pink ribbon
Now,
as well.
if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of things to do.
That's all of them. Let's return to Drina.
Miss Drina, we've got your ribbons.
Oh, magnificent! Now for the final touches. There we go. It's done. Come on, let's move. This float can't be in the parade alone, right?
Wait, why us?
I didn't see anything change. Or about to see that.
I'm an artist, not an entertainer. My genius takes place behind the scenes. Anyone can ride the float, and that's you.
I guess it wouldn't hurt. What do you say, Crisbell?
I suppose we can help Miss Drina with this. What harm could it do?
Then it's settled. On to the show!
And there we are. Where's Willhelm?
That was magnificent! People couldn't take their eyes off my float. I knew it would be a hit. It's a new era in parade technology. Soon I'll be the one in charge of the whole parade. Thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you all hadn't played your tiny, almost inconsequential part.
Right. Anyway, you mentioned reward?
Of course! Here, my gift to you.
The ribbons we've collected. A Fury keychain was added to your bag.
Well, I'm certainly glad we were able to help Miss Drina. And riding on that float was kind of fun.
What a curious experience that was. But I cannot deny it was enjoyable.
That's enough reminiscing. We still have more important matters to attend to.
We do. First, I want to check what that keychain actually does. The user's attack reduces... No, that's the piercing one. The keychain has a 30% to burn the enemy. No status increases. So basically it's a good filler until we get the money to buy the one we actually want. Because the spiked keychain, I don't like the fact that it damages with 30% whenever we attack. So I'm not even gonna wear that on anyone. Alright, so for now we are going towards the Rainbow Lake. And on the next episode we're gonna collect the rainbow water for repairing the magic mirror, so we can handle that side quest as well. And while we're there...
Seems like you can...
Sure.
Let's just go there. While we're there, I will try and see if I can grind the remainder of the cash we need for the final tier. For the weapon upgrade. And maybe the keychain we actually want. So we can give the Fury one to Willhelm, and then the defense reducer to Mr. K.
Yes, this...
Let's see if the scene doesn't start straight away. Because there is a mineral pool at the beginning. But I wouldn't be too surprised if we need to go all the way to the end in order to get the one that we want.
So, we need a sample for Rohizo, right?
Yes. I think one will be enough.
This should be no problem. Just let me at it.
That's it.
This sample should do for Rohizo.
My young friends.
What is it? Look out!
Ah, an unintentional boss fight? No, it's probably just enemies, isn't it? Okay, we haven't seen these one here yet. No, I think this one was more annoying. Ooh, worst timing ever. Burning? We should have something like oil to put on the fire. Perfect. See, now he's damaged by the explosion of his attack. So if we do it right, we can use the next couple of rounds to repair our damage by using first his automatic regen from his ring, and then using a magical attack to gain a percentage of that as well. Or when the fight is over. Oh yeah, he's actually burning, so that's countering the regen, so... See, that does an additional 35 heal. I still need to work out the kinks for K. Because if we cannot out-heal the damage, then there's no use for having him in our party.
But we're not the bad guys! Why do we always have to fight monsters?
This is their home. We're trespassing. Uninvited, tramping around, making a mess. Is it such a mystery? Here, we're the monsters.
Well, when you put it like that...
I used small words. It helps. And try to remember, there are two sides to every battle. Neither thinks they're the bad guys.
Should we not return to Rohizo now?
Yeah, let's go. I don't want to be the monster here.
Well, we're gonna be a monster here for a little while longer. So I'm gonna leave the episode here, so I can grind out a little bit more cash for the final upgrade. And I will keep fighting with K to see if he's a valuable party member or not. Because that damage he gets from overheating it's a lot. And we need to be able to recover it. If I time the punches perfectly every round, and he explodes every round, he won't last long. For a normal fight, that's okay. But when we have a boss fight, that's really gonna be an extreme liability. But yeah, let's leave it there. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.